Welcome to Eugene, Oregon, where it appears my eyes have to be deceiving me. I'm looking skyward. There's liquid coming down from the sky, and everyone knows it never rains in Autzen Stadium. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here. You know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Utah State Aggies, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Ducks will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Utah State Aggies return team didn't help matters out much there. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is clear who that is.
And we all hold our breath every time this guy touches the football. He's able to take it the distance.
Fires the pass, intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but what an opportunity here from the 23-yard line.
Oh, that wasn't the start they were looking for on offense. They're trying to be aggressive. First play of the game and throw it. Bad decision by the quarterback, though, leads to an INT.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. On the option. Now the toss. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He'll ride his man on the option. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon! Just under 60,000 in this place, but sometimes it sounds like 600,000. An engineering marvel to hold in all this noise.
It's unbelievable. They love their team. They support the Ducks, and they build traditions, and so many teams they should be proud of. Getting them involved early is a great sign for this football game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Got it on the outside. It's Black. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Looking to throw it again. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He'll try to take it back. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 10-yard line, and what an example of the defense setting up the O.
Not only did they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking...
Touchdown, Ducks! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
It'll be a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And they sniff that draw out. When a draw, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field. But the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground, quick, fast, and hit him.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here... Back on the field again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He lofts one down the sideline. And he pulls it in at the 15. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Utah State sent against offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tom.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
It's a draw. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Utah State up-tempo. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pulls it in. It's Odom. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Aggies are on the move.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And These wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. To the air on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. They'll line up for a second down play.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You know, and I think they were a nickel package right there, and I like that because you bring an extra DB on the field. Now, is that guy covering, but you can also blitz with him. He can chase down the quarterback and force fourth downs. I love when they bring in the nickel package.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live and dine. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The option look. He'll toss it. At the 15, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. Quick toss. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On second down, wants to throw it. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes with a quick strike up top, covering 79 yards. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First down here for the offense. Give to the running back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On second down, just keeps firing. Gets it out quickly. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. At the 20, he's got space. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Ohio delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Athens. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the MAC. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the...
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive, and they can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's 2 thought processes when I'm a defense and I got them backed up is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that ball is going to be a deep ball thrown down the sideline because you'll get man-to-man. Nice job by the defense applying pressure, getting the sack, now putting them in a bad situation backed up close to their own end zone.
He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Offense getting set for first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Now the pitch. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. On the option, the pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. He's piled up 87 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. He'll pitch it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Smashes ahead. And the returner will be knocked down. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Going with the counter play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Fires to the middle. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Just needs a crack to get a return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Now on the option. Now the toss. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant 1st half performance. He'll pitch it. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded.
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. The Ducks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He'll toss it. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It hasn't taken very long this season to just see how scary this offense is. They wanted to be aggressive coming out to start this season, and you've seen that with the play calling on this drive. It does not take these guys with their speed very long to score. Watch out. This unit has a chance to be special.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And the defense gets to the quarterback. And the Aggies want to crank the tempo. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Touchdown, Ducks! How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Touchdown, Oregon! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll throw it on first down. Finds a tight end down the gut. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Wants to throw on first down. Right down the middle. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
All right, QB, I got to trust you, man. You already threw one pick. Now that one probably should have picked. You got to give me a reason to feel confident I can drop back and let you throw the football again, or else this leash maybe gets a little bit short. Maybe we start warming up the righty in the bullpen.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Trying to get to it. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a...
Lofts one high and deep. And he makes the catch at the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
Utah State about to kick it off to open the second half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Quickly out to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. On the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose.
Man, and all the visions and all the great things you anticipated happening for this fella, like in the first carry you put it on the deck, like that is a frustrating start, man. What a momentum swing in this game, too. Early fumble, early turnover to get this thing rolling.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. They move the tight end all over. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds his big tight end. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. He's going to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! And the route is on. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. From the gun, running back gets to give. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
29 Phillies, 2-9
Looking to move it through the air. Lets it go. It's caught downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Little too much juice on that one from the junior. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. They'll send out the kicker here. One drive is already ended with a field goal. They'll try to do it again. This time a rather long one from 46 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. With jet sweep pass. Crosses the 35. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. And on second down for this offense. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. Moving past the 25. And they're able to get him down.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
He'll toss it. Still running at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that is such great execution by this offense. Third down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards, too. Nice execution by this offense.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. Running back goes in motion. From the gun. They're trying to get, and that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going up just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
They'll run play action. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end, nor the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Going up top on first down. Dumps it off in the flats. Fighting off the defender. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the gun, the ground game.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. The offense set for a first down play. Little touch pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Here comes the offense on second down. The option look. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Now facing a third and long. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Fires one high and deep. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Ducks! And the stomping has commenced.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Utah State. On what else is happening in college football this weekend. Northern Illinois has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside Husky Stadium. They're up by 6 over New Mexico State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. So now they're staring at a second and long from their 20. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. We make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Feeling some heat. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. On the option. Now the pitch. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. smashes through. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Goes to the option. The pitch. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Blasted as he lets it go. And that ball is picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Swings it out to his running back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Second down coming up. He'll just keep slinging it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to get it himself. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. Just drives it between the uprights. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you
looking deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Touchdown, Oregon! And the pummeling has started. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. On the run, fires downfield. Complete downfield. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. He's going to pass. Swings it out to the flat. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Wants to return it. Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we
lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
He'll try to do it himself. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.